put it back in. It's not the full movie. Did they get to see the cover?
Here's the cover if you wanted to know.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Put that back in the sleeve.
I was planning on doing a da 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 da, but it had to do this.
Just fall out. You know, that's one thing I'm kind of confused about. Sleeves. Why do we have them?
It doesn't matter.
And
It just makes it look cooler. But
yeah,
that's primarily why I bought this version, just because it had BB-8 on it.
Well, see, cause like if the sleeve was supposed to be for protection, that's a cardboard cover. That ain't protecting much.
All right. But anyways, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Can you put into words of how awesome and how much perfection this movie has?
Can you count the amount of money it made?
It made a ridiculous amount of money. It was so close to hitting.
It wasn't so close. It passed. It is the #1 grossing movie of all time. It passed. I think it was Avatar.
Yeah. Avatar.
I'm like, it took a while because at first people didn't know it would, but it took a little bit while, and then it was like, oh, hey, it went past it. I think it was the first movie ever to hit like $1 billion or something. There was a certain billion. It was $1 billion.
Yeah, a billion something.
I mean, it may not have. I think the first week it came out, about literally anybody that was a Star Wars nerd was the only one that watched it. Then the second week, everyone started watching it.
I went the day after the first screening because here's the only reason why. I didn't go because there was going to be too many people, and I knew, because at that time it was a couple days until Christmas, and it was cold, and when you're in Ohio, it's cold.
Are you sure it was?
It was cold.
Well, no, I was talking about, like, was it really that close to Christmas when it came out?
Yeah, it was the 17th it came out.
Well, I want to say this. Me and my dad went to watch it.
Which
the
day?
last
day.
It was either day or week it was out.
Wow.
There was, the reason we waited so long was we were like, cause we heard the hype.
Yeah.
And plus, me and my dad are huge Star Wars fans, so we knew that there was gonna be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Just because we loved it so much, and he remembers going to the first Star Wars, and that place was packed.
Yeah.
So he kind of expected that.
Even on the second day, it was still packed. I mean, there wasn't as many people as I as expected to be, but it was still a full house. That's the thing.
We went there the last week or last day. There were still a lot of people in that theater. Holy crap! And okay, what we did was, after we watched the whole movie, we sat there, see if there was something in the credits. This one guy's walking out, and he's like, "Are you guys waiting to see something in the credits?" Yeah, why? He's like, "I watched this. This is my third time watching this. There's nothing at the end." I'm like, I look at my dad, I'm like, "The third time?" Which
that just shows you how dedicated this thing has a fan base.
But that's the thing, because a lot of people, the reason that it made so much money, they said on average, from how many people watched the movie, everyone has watched it at least like twice or something, 3 times, something like that. And like they were asking, like, why was it so high? And it's because some people reported watching it 20 times. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it was a really good film. But I mean, 20 times? He couldn't have waited, for God's sakes.
It would have. He could have waited like 20 or he could have waited a couple months.
Because 136 minutes. How much is that? That's 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. It was a pretty long.
That's gonna make May the 4th a longer day. Because every time May the 4th comes, we watch. A lot of people binge watch like all the Star Wars that whole day.
We should do something like that. We should plan like a Star Wars day. Get a whole bunch of get a group of friends together.
But it's going to be even worse because a trailer released a few days ago. Star Wars Rogue One.
I don't know.
That's not a sequel. That's a prequel.
That's a prequel.
And that doesn't count towards the trilogy because like they said that they're going to make 3 more movies. Rogue One doesn't count as that. And they're planning to make more of those prequels. It's supposed to be set back
Yeah,
in
back.
back to
It's
when the
set
original came out.
before. It's set before the fourth movie happened.
Oh wait,
I'm pretty sure.
talking about like the original New Hope fourth
I'm
movie?
talking like original.
Okay. Well,
But
no,
yeah,
see,
it's
the only
supposed to
reason.
set before that because
Well,
I've seen in the preview they're still constructing the Death Star.
yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah. Oh well. See. The only reason I asked is because like just how the movies were released, it was four. It was at first it didn't say 4, 5, and 6. It was A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. And then it
And
was
then they were
episode
like,
1, 2, 3.
And then they
then
were like,
those
"Oh,
could,
what happens next?" And then 1, 2, 3 came out, and then
and,
what
and
happens after this? And that's where we're at right now.
yeah. Well, I mean, but the only reason I say it is because like some people well, mostly me, I get confused when someone says the fourth one. I'm thinking, are you talking about Phantom Menace or are you talking about A New Hope?
because
But yeah, I mean, like obviously everyone has seen this movie.
yeah.
If not,
so if you have not seen it yet,
okay,
go pick this up.
You know what I find that's funny? Is like this is probably like the most hardcore nerdiest thing ever, and and like the nerds are like making fun of people of not watching it. Because I mean seriously, but it's funny because like
back in the day, you would
nerds
get
were like
bullied.
shunned.
You would get bullied for this, but now we're coming back with a vengeance.
No, it's because like when we were kids, like they would be like, oh, that's nerdy. But then whenever they grew up, they made the nerdiness like they
made it into a thing, a pop culture, and it's awesome.
Because like back whenever Star Wars came out, like don't get me wrong, it was still popular, but
Yeah,
like it was still nerdy.
It's popular by all means.
But then later on, again, it was still considered nerdy. But whenever they started making more, just any type of nerdy movie, it was just so action packed. Storyline was a lot better than just saying, oh, there's a alien, something stupid like that. But then people were like, oh, I've always been a nerd, and I'm like, bullshit.
I hate when.
But you watched Avatar halfway through. Shut the fuck up. But Avatar's a long movie.
Have you ever seen the people that are just, oh my god, I'm such a Star Wars fan, and then they go see this, and they're like, what is going on?
And you're like, oh, really? Who's your favorite Jedi? What's a Jedi? Who's the Force? But no,
who's your favorite Jedi? R2D2.
C-3PO is my favorite Ewok, which they probably won't even know what that is, anyways.
Do you even know what an Ewok is? It's
the best fucking teddy bears ever. I think it's funny because everyone, like even I think it's Han Solo, like Harrison Ford, I should say.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people like the Ewoks. Why?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand Ewoks were kind of stupid, I guess. But like, and everyone was like, the Ewoks were the stupidest thing ever. Really? You would shoot a stormtrooper with a laser, and it wouldn't go through his armor. Really? They hit them with rocks and sticks, and it like obliterated that armor. Just like, like going through them, like, holy shit, these Ewoks are badass.
Basically, Stone Age stuff is way more powerful than futuristic
It's
lasers.
so OP. The old stuff is so much more OP.
Do
you think they'll bring the Ewoks back?
Part of me wishes that they should.
You know what I thought?
They should go back to the what was that planet called?
Endor?
Is that the one with the Ewoks?
Yeah, Endor.
Yeah. They should go back and do something. They should go back and do something there.
I feel like I am right about it, but I feel like because it has to be Endor, but I feel bad if I'm wrong.
I guess we'll find out.
I feel like my dad would kick my ass. He'd be like, you don't know where the Ewoks live, you little piece of shit. No, what was it?
Oh my god.
Shit, I just had like something that a lot of people would say. Shit, I can't remember. Let's just keep going. one of the biggest controversies in Star Wars
my
history.
God, yes.
Did Han Solo shoot first? Did he? Did you watch the original version or the special edition version?
I watched both.
Which one's true? Did he shoot first?
I think Han shot first.
There's no thinking about it. He did. Freaking, what's his name? Greedo. Fucking, in the special edition, literally in the special edition, he was just kind of sitting there. Well, no, in the original version, he was sitting there, kind of talking smack to Han Solo, and Han Solo just was like, you know what, fuck you. But in the special edition, they got like a weird pan of him at one point in the movie. Well, Greedo at one point on the bar scene, kind of lifting his gun up, and it may look like a gun, and they kind of special editioned that that red beam to shoot, and you see Han Solo just sitting there, and like when it goes there, he just moves to the side, which could have been just him like actually naturally moving.
He basically does this maneuver.
He was just like.
It's so CG'd. You can tell because his head is just.
Yeah,
it's like a chicken bobbing its head. It's like.
Which it's stupid. I don't know why they would do that. I'm thinking the reason they made it seem like he had a reason to shoot was to make him seem like a better hero.
Yeah.
But I liked it better. I mean, like I always thought this. Like he's like the rogue hero.
Yeah.
He's the one that doesn't give a shit. But hold on, the movie.
Han is.
He's still.
I think he's pretty much like one of the best characters in this movie.
I mean, like honestly, if you ask any Star Wars fan,
they'll just be like,
"Oh
my god!"
Well, but anyways, the movie like it started off kind of weird. I thought it was kind of strange, and then it kind of
Star Wars movie
starts off a
little strange.
But like. I loved it whenever I can't remember the black guy's name. Do you remember?
Which black guy?
What was it like TI-82 or something like that?
No,
like
it's
the main black guy.
It's
the main black guy.
It's F whatever.
Finn.
Finn. Okay. Here's how it starts out. It's F whatever codename clones trooper whatever.
Well, see,
but a rebellion. Pilot is just like, oh, I'm gonna call you Finn.
Well, anyways,
that's how he got his name.
But Finn, like, this is the first Star Wars kind of hit more realism here.
Yeah.
When Finn basically got like PTSD because a stormtrooper. It was a stormtrooper. Like he got put his hand on his mask and went down his like bloodstream, and he's like freaking the fuck out. He's like. Which, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, Stormtrooper would have had that, like, cloned out of him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's always that chance. And, like, again, like, they kind of showed the PTSD thing. Which kind of brings up a thing that I want to talk about. A lot of people had problems with a black Stormtrooper. Why?
And because rednecks and racism.
See, one of the main things was...
And plus
they said that how could they have a black guy as a stormtrooper if they're all cloned off of one guy? True. There's an explanation to that. Whenever the rebellion, whenever the Empire kind of died out, the whole clones thing died out too, really. And so when they had to start up, they didn't pick just one guy. They took recruits. They took everyone in and they cloned some of them, whoever wanted to be cloned.
And then
some of them just happened to be
new
black.
clone army.
Yeah, they just kind of took everyone from anywhere that wanted to join up, and cloned them if they needed to.
Yeah.
Or if they wanted to, I should say. But yeah, it was kind of when they started up, so they took in anybody. They were like, we're starting a new. What was it called? The First Order. Like,
yeah, it
was like the most Nazi name ever.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god! If you would look at old like Nazi protests, like rallies, and
propaganda rallies.
Yeah, propaganda rallies, and then you would look at the film,
and they would just be walking like.
And then they were like, "This is a new start for the First Order," and then you see. All the stormtroopers go, whoa!
Kylo Ren, how doth Vader? See, I'm kind of happy that my my great grandpa, because he served in the World War II. I mean, he's dead, but thank God, because if we would have watched this, he would have got so many bad flashbacks. But
This is not a good movie. Not
no,
at all.
no, Kylo Ren when he's having that freaking when he's tearing that whole thing, all it reminded me of was Schindler's List. 9999999. I was actually kind of weirded out by Kylo Ren's real face.
Yeah,
It took me off guard because like when I first saw him, I was like, oh hey, that's the guy off of Girls. And when I watched,
okay, this is how you hear Kylo Ren for pretty much the first half of the movie. Just you have the map plans. Where are they now? And then he reveals his face, and I feel it's kind of like a Scott Pilgrim kind of feel. if
he has the emo haircut.
He kind of pulls he kind of just sets his helmet aside, and he's. This is how I like to think of it because I feel it's how he is. It's just like, oh, where are you gonna tell me where the plans are? I need to know because this is a pretty important thing.
Well, I mean, at the beginning, I didn't like it that much. I was like, this guy's got a big nose. And I'm like, don't. He was.
Could you imagine if Kylo Ren was like, "You think darkness is your ally?
Gosh, just
I
Bane.
was born in it,
Well,
molded by it."
well, I mean, but like, at first it was just kind of. I'm like, don't get me wrong, he was a good actor. It's just at first I just didn't. It took me a while to kind of.
It just takes you a while.
It took me a little bit to digest his character mixed in with his actor, and then just me just kind of taking it all in, and I was like, you know what, I can deal with this. This is actually a pretty good actor. He's pretty good with his role and everything.
Yeah, I think. But
it wasn't.
But let's cut to like the big hitter of the movie.
Oh, Han Solo.
Basically, Kylo Ren is Han Solo. Oh wait,
Han Solo's son.
Yeah, Han Solo's son.
And Princess Leia's son.
And Princess Leia's son, which they would. But I mean, if you've seen any kind of porno, you would already know that. But but anyway, but yeah, later in the film, near the end of the film,
keep going. I'll talk about.
Basically, Han is confronting Kylo, and he's just. He has the dumbest name ever.
What was his name again?
It's not Kylo. That's his like
Sith
name
that's
or
his
whatever.
Sith name, yeah.
But his real name is. Wait for it. Ben.
Oh yeah.
It was just a really dumb name. It was just like Ben Solo.
But actually, if you think about it, how much you want to bet the writers actually made that as a reference, as like he's been Solo, like he was a part of the Solo family. Like I've already been Solo, now I'm Kylo Ren. I know it sounds stupid, but like if you think about it, I've been Solo. I've been Solo before.
Okay, let's just move off on that.
But like
basically, Han is confronting him, and then they have their own little emotional thing, and then you think, oh my God, Kylo is actually gonna go back to the light, and he might become a Jedi. But no, Kylo Ren decides to go. Right to Han Solo and kill him.
My dad could not have called that so fast. Right as soon as he was walking down, and he was talking to him, and he was saying, "I need you to help me." Like even before he was saying like, "Yes, I'll help you" and stuff like that. My dad was just like, he looks at me, he's just like, "I think Han's gonna die." And I'm like, what do you mean? At first I don't get me wrong, when he was walking down there, I thought it was suspicious too, but my dad called it so fast. He was like, yeah, he's gonna die. And they were talking, and he's like, And my dad's like, I knew it, which makes me kind of fear for my life. I feel like if I ever got emotionally close to my dad would think I'm trying to kill him, and you're trying to kill me. It'd be like that awkward family moment. It's like, why'd you kill me? You got close to me, son, emotionally. You were gonna try and kill me, weren't you? No.
No.
But he called it fast.
I never really thought that it would happen.
I expected. The only reason I expected it was at first when they announced the movie.
Yeah.
I immediately thought, because my brother, he's also a huge Star Wars fan. He read like fucking all the books, or most of them. He knows a lot about the books that continued off of and like parallel. Well, not the parallel universe ones, but like he watched like he read all of them, and at one point in the book series, Han Solo does die. I don't know where, but he does die. So I kind of thought in this movie or in the trilogy he would die at one point.
Yeah.
Then they announced that the movies are gonna literally do nothing to the book. Like they're not gonna be affected by them. And not just they even said this. They didn't say, "Oh hey, I know you've been waiting 30 years for this sequel, so you've been reading all the books. Screw your books. Those literally mean nothing anymore, even though we said they did before. They mean nothing to the series anymore. They're kind of like a parallel universe type thing. This is what really happened, and I'm just sitting there like, you make us wait, and the time that you want to come back and make money, you're just all like, yeah, and all the stuff that we made you pay money for already means nothing." And which pisses me off, because in one of the books, Jabba the Fett.
You mean Jabba the Hutt?
No, not even Jabba the Hutt. Jango Fett.
Oh, Jango.
Jango. He after he was eaten by a butthole in the sand.
Wait, that's not Jenga. That's Boba.
Boba, god damn it, yeah. Sorry, Jenga got from how you said Jenga. Jenga got his head cut off. But
Yahtzee.
I feel terrible now because I like Boba. But I haven't seen the sixth movie in forever. But Boba gets eaten by a butthole in the sand, and then which again, even though like I said that this was parallel.
Yeah. Han
Solo's child, he has two. One's a girl, one's a boy. Which probably just spoiled her. That may be their second child, if you think about it.
There is a lot of conspiracy theories about who Rey really is.
Well, see, but like, what happened was, in the books, which again, like, from what I'm about to tell you, which makes me think Rey is their second child. What happens is, they have two kids. Their eldest son turns bad. Like that. He then kills Han, just like that. And then at one point, their daughter gets eaten by the butthole in the sand. And when she gets eaten by it, Boba's still there. The reason Boba's still there is because clones age very differently than people. Like, it's fucked up. I don't know how it works, but they age really differently. And he's still alive down there. And what he does is, because Ren, well, not Ren. I can't remember her name in the book, but like, in the book, I think it's a different name. But in the book, it literally is just like, hey, I can't kill my brother because I'm not strong enough. And Boba's like, I'll teach you. And Boba, he's still a bad guy.
Yeah.
But he looks at whoever this chick's name is different than Rey, I believe. He's like, I'm not gonna help you. Well, no, he's like, I'm not gonna help you because I'm good. I'm gonna help you because we have a common enemy. And she's like, what do you mean? Well, as you can see, the Empire did nothing to get me out of this butthole in the sand. They just left me here to die. They didn't care. And he said like a story from what my brother told me that like explained that they knew that Boba could live through quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
So they knew that there could be a pretty high chance possibility of him surviving that,
Yeah.
but they just they didn't waste their time doing it. So he just didn't like I don't know, I think it was still called the Empire, the book series. They might have changed it, but he's like, we have a common enemy. He's like, I fucking hate the Empire. I'm gonna train you so you can defeat them. And she's like, well, why don't you defeat them? And he's like, I'm fucking old as hell, and I'm dying slowly because what the butthole in the sand does is it sticks some stuff into you, and or whatever stuff that's lying around there, it sucks the energy out of you slowly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not it's not a quick kill, which is the reason why they didn't, which is why, because the Empire knew that the butthole in the sand doesn't eat you fast.
Yeah.
It just sucks you. It sucks you.
That's dirty.
And I know. It sucks you for a while and it gets your energy. And he knew that they knew that. He knew that. But they still never got him. But he knows he's not going to make it, which I think in the book he does make it out, but he dies later. But yeah, he trains her and she ends up killing the brother. Which, I feel like just me saying that one part of the book spoiled the next two movies. That
Possibly.
Rey is the two. Well, and again, they even said that it's not going to be a part of it. But two things have already been a part of it.
They could say anything to make the Star Wars fans believe them, but they could just turn it around and say, "Remember everything we told you? That was also a lie.
This is a parallel universe.
This is also a parallel universe that didn't happen in that other parallel universe."
But yeah, it's a really good movie. We didn't tell you much about the movie.
Oh yeah.
We just complained. Real good movie.
It is. Really
the action's pretty good.
The characters are very lovable and memorable.
I fucking love that stormtrooper. It's like traitor. Freaking
that
whipping
guy.
That shit. I love that guy. See, when they made that guy, they were the whole time they were thinking, let's make a Boba Fett character to where he says the least amount of lines possible, doesn't do much, but everybody loves him. That was their version of Boba.
Yeah.
They did an amazing job with it. I just love how he freaking.
That guy.
Ping,
They make
ping,
so many
dead.
memes of him on.
Oh
the
my God,
internet.
there's so
It is
many.
so funny.
They do a good job on it too.
They do.
But
And BB-8 is also.
he's pretty funny.
I love
Fucking-
BB-8.
He's basically because R2 used to be my favorite robot. He's basically replacing R2, which
Well, don't. I mean, this is a spoiler. R2 is in the movie. He's
And
just not in there for long.
he's like in hibernation mode,
Yeah,
basically.
hibernation.
Until the very, very end, when BB-8 was like, "Oh, hey, did you guys ever think about holding the on switch and restarting him?" And they're like, "No, that's stupid." Punk. You a genius?
Are you a witch?
But yeah, it just. I mean, I wish R2 would have been in there more, but
Yeah.
I was
But
I was
I
thoroughly
liked him.
impressed with
I
BB-8.
liked him for the time he was in, because who doesn't love
Did you
R2?
know that R2-D2 and C-3PO are the only characters ever to be in every single film of Star Wars?
No, I didn't.
Think about it.
That's actually pretty cool.
First off, well, technically Anakin, but he was never. It was never his same character. It was Anakin and Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So that's the whole technicality thing. If you want to think about it, technically Anakin / Darth Vader was in all the films.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that's a technicality thing because he kind of changes.
Yeah.
If anything, you could say at the very end of the series, well, at the end of the sixth one, he does become Anakin again and help his son.
Yeah.
But same with Darth Syphilis or whatever you want to call him.
Darth
Sidious. Darth Sidious. But
Oh, you mean Palpatine?
yeah, Darth Sidious.
I
You can never remember his actual Sith name.
No, I do.
But it just kind of catches you off guard. You're like, oh, Palpatine.
Yeah, it's Palpatine because no one really calls him Sidious.
I do. That's how I refer to him all the time. Darth Sidious.
I always hear people call
Palpatine.
him. Yeah,
Which
Emperor
don't get me wrong,
Palpatine.
makes sense. But no, I just like calling him Darth Sidious. I don't know why, just a thing. But again, he could be considered one of the ones that's in every film. I think he's in the first one when he's just Palpatine.
Technically,
He is and isn't. If anything, they could have been. If you think about it, they could have been just talking about the voice actors themselves.
yeah.
They were the only actors to be in all the films. But again, like, there's no acting to R2D2. It's literally just you on a dubstep board, just.
And does anyone complain?
No.
No.
He's the funniest character there. Even it's funny because
How
like
dare you watch your mouth?
Yeah. It's like you need to get your circuit boards cleaned
basically, R2 is a censor trash can.
Yeah. Someone put like a meme on it. It had R2D2 and it was like R2D2's voice actor is so dirty they've censored all of his words. It can only make me imagine. I was like, fucking cunt in my asshole. The dick and balls. That's the only thing I can think of. But
oh my god.
But yeah, it's a really good movie.
It really is a good movie.
I think it was worth the wait.
It was. It really was.
I feel there was a few things in there that I wish could change, which is again like sucks because it's been like months since I've watched it, so I can't remember what it was. But I just do remember sitting in the theater thinking, I wish they could have did something different.
Yeah.
Like when Ray, I don't know why I said Ren. Ray's like walking downstairs and she's like, oh, lightsaber. Oh, and then that one big eyeglass chick just like, you Jedi, because like Yoda and shit. I don't fucking know. That girl, everyone's so far everyone I've talked about. I don't know about you. That one girl with the big glasses, that alien. I didn't. She was supposed to be like a.
She's supposed to be like a
Yoda. I want Yoda. I want Yoda back. I know he died in the sixth one, but I want him back. Sorry for spoilers that he died in the sixth one.
Oh my god.
30 years too late. But yeah, I think she's supposed to replace him because she knows a lot of stuff.
She knows a lot about the Force.
Yeah, but I mean, does
might,
he really have the Force?
I have a feeling they may tie her in
with Yoda. How much? But it's like I'm Yoda's great.
I'm Yoda's lover.
Since 1980.
But
yeah, like it's a good movie.
It really
Don't get me wrong,
is.
It was well written. There's a few parts that was kind of.
As a Star Wars fan, you're just gonna be like, there's a couple parts in there. But
yeah.
But me
I
as a
feel
Star Wars fan, I can't ask for a better
well,
Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. But I feel like people who have never been Star Wars fans, they probably look at this movie and think it's a flawless movie. When us Star Wars fans were like,
they've never seen the older ones.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, oh, I love yogurt. Spaceballs reference, which is a great movie. I love it. They're making a second one. I can't wait.
Just because this movie did so well. Mel Brooks decided, hey, let's make another Spaceballs.
See, in Spaceballs, they made constant references. Spaceballs 2: The Search of Money, and like they're calling this the Schwartz Awakens.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to calling it Spaceballs 2: The Search for Money? I would have loved it. They would have kept that joke. I would love it if they made a third one and made that Search for Money. But yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, like again, like if you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna find something in there that you don't like, and there's some Star Wars fans that found nothing that they didn't like.
Yeah. Me, obviously.
Yeah. See, I mean, like I said, like I found a few things, like not that it was wrong with it. I just
it was just nitpicks.
It was just Some of them weren't even that big.
Yeah.
Some of them were just kind of like part of the story I didn't like. Like the whole thing with Rey just kind of walking down there going, oh, lightsaber. And having like a weird hallucinated dream after drinking the shrooms or whatever she I don't know. She was high on something. It
was
like.
The Force.
She was high on the Force.
No, it was the Force. The Force decided to go LSD, and she was like, What was that?
And
it was the Falls.
Here's one, which, don't get me wrong, it's a good cliffhanger, but the ending, I liked it when they found Luke.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I liked it. I liked that she handed it. What I didn't like, it was like this. And he's just staring there, and it's just...
Did you have a hand on there?
Okay. Imagine this the camera. And like she's holding out the lightsaber, and here's the camera. And they're just doing the same pose. And it's like this for like the first, it's like this for the last 5 minutes before the credits. I just didn't like that. I just didn't like that part. Don't get me wrong. This would have been good enough. It was just like, and he's like,
you know what would have been
found me, and it would have been like, dun, dun, dun. That would have been a good cliffhanger.
You know what would have been really cool? If you use the Force
to lift
it and then levitate it over into his hand and just been like,
and he'd be like,
"You found me," and then cut.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, that would have been a dick move, but that would be a good cliffhanger to start off right after that. Just like at the very beginning.
You found me. Now where's my other hand?
That'd be a good beginning to the second one. Just, you found me. Get out. What? But
yeah, all in all,
again, there's a few things
there's a few nitpicks, but it doesn't matter. This movie is awesome.
Compared to the other stuff we talked about during another review. This is one of those movies that is so great. You don't pick out some of the because there is none. There's no big things wrong with it. I tried to find the smallest things, or just something that pissed me off, which really is just a small thing, like the camera angle thing, and just standing there.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a good movie, when you just have to try and look at the small stuff.
Yeah.
That just occurred to me. You know it's a great movie when you try to pick up the small stuff.
It's even if after you watch the movie you would go back and you would, oh, look at that, and that was in there.
One of the parts that I thought was stupid but hilarious. Just like, where'd you find the Millennium Falcon? Oh, it was on whatever planet.
It was on the so-and-so planet.
And he's like, I told you we should have looked there first. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But yeah, good movie, worth the buy. I'm guessing there's a collector's edition.
No.
Or is it just like, I was thinking there'd be like a tin case and you open it up and it's like, No. A reference to the movie, like I was just bringing up Rey pop up, like a pop up in it with the DVD in her hand, just doing this the whole time.
But no, basically this version right here.
Technically, that would be considered the collector's edition, I guess.
But the only difference is
Velcro.
It has Velcro in it, and it shows you different characters on the
cover.
cover.
Are you sure that's not like the default Blu-ray?
No, there's a different. There's a different version of the Blu-ray, but inside it, there is a little trading disc thing.
What's the trading disc do?
And it's just for the collector's thing. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh kind of, but it's basically a Walmart exclusive. I only wanted it just because the case looked awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
Serious.
From what people have been telling me, they've been getting this version.
Well, yeah, just because it has BBA on it.
Yeah.
Well, what I like, I think I'd see for a sec. What I do like, I thought they would kind of change this, on the cover. It's not a reference, but like they stayed in the same format of what they did with every other Star Wars, of just by how it looks. Another thing I want to point out, they're starting to do something new, which they haven't done a lot. They tried before and ultimately failed in a lot of movies. Women as the bad guy.
No, yeah, that's true.
There's a few movies that succeed. There's a lot of movies that fail to succeed because it would be like a stereotypical woman enemy. The high commander of the stormtroopers is a woman.
Captain Phasma?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, when I look back to it, whenever she was, at one point she has to, like, download a code because she's being held hostage. And she's, like, pushes a button, she's like, and she alerted the entire not Death Star,
The
Death Planet or
clone-
whatever.
Death Planet.
Like she alerted the entire place. She's like Troy getting out now alive. Which when I look back to it a few days ago, I was like, of course a woman would have to need help from people. But then I started thinking about it. If it was a guy being held hostage and he did that, I would think, well, that was smart of him. So I'm the feminazi or whatever you want to call it. I'm the genderist or whatever you want to call it. Because like now whenever I think about it, I'm like, you know what? That's actually what I would think anybody would do.
Yeah.
I'm like if they had the balls to do it.
And
she
Star Wars had the balls, and they did it.
And I've seen her actor. She has the balls. She does. I'm like, how did they fit that stormtrooper outfit on her?
Of course you would think that. But all in all, this is
A good
one
movie.
of the best movies you'll ever see.
It's-
I prefer to watch the other films before you watch this.
Well, yeah, you want to.
I mean,
you
yeah,
wanna get,
obviously, because you would want to know more about the actual characters themselves.
See, I thought you were gonna say you preferred that one from the other Star Wars.
No.
See, because like, don't get me wrong, like this is a good one.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. I mean, like it's a great movie, but like, I think definitely not Phantom Menace.
No.
Which I feel like I understand. Phantom Menace wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
It was.
Clone Wars was pretty good. Freaking
Revenge
of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is where it just.
Revenge of the Sith, I thought was awesome, but everyone says, "Oh, forget about the
it
pre-sequels."
was
I'm like,
good.
I was like, you can forget about the other two pre-sequels. I can kind of defend Clone
you
Wars.
can.
Not really Phantom Menace, but Revenge of the Sith was pretty good.
Yeah, you can
I
defend
mean, come on.
that.
I think I can win this. I have the high ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
great movie. You should definitely watch the other movies
Oh
first.
yeah. Watch the other movies before you watch
Either
this movie.
either
right
watch
here.
it in order from the prequels to the original, or just watch the original.
Yeah, watch
But
the.
I would say watch the prequels
What
first.
if you really want to know the story, watch the prequels and then watch the other original movies,
I mean, like
and
if
then get to this.
I mean, there's a lot of Star Wars fans that would say fight through Phantom
yeah,
Menace.
play through the
No,
originals.
it-
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Well, no, just
They-
I mean, like Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
'Cause, like that was supposed to be the worst. Which don't get me wrong,
It wasn't that good.
To me, it was a little boring, but I still liked the fight.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, but at
Queen-
the same time, it did its own thing, and it sort of told the story.
Like it definitely like if you compare it to any of the Star Wars, holy crap, it could not stand up.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's not that bad of a movie.
Yeah.
Again, it's good, but you also gotta remember, every beginning of the story, which that's supposed to be the beginning, usually has kind of a okay beginning.
Okay, kind of feeling.
And then, which makes me a little worried for the end of the series. Like the new trilogy, kind of makes me afraid because usually
Could you
sometimes when they end
imagine
it,
if
it's kinda,
if it starts bad, then once it meets its heightening point,
See, if you
it goes from bad to completely awesome, and then
terrible.
near the end it just ends at terrible.
That would be bad.
But you gotta think it would kind of make sense in a way.
I just don't want it to end bad. I
Who
hope
knows?
I hope it ends
Maybe
on
it
a
will,
high
maybe
note.
it won't. Who knows?
We'll find out.
But
But-
anyways,
alright.
awesome movie. Go buy it at Walmart, Best Buy, whatever you want to buy it at.
Amazon.
Go buy it. Amazon, whatever. Probably the cheapest way to buy it.
Yeah.
But anyways, just go and buy it. It's a really great movie.